Whee!
Everybody, welcome to the Fantasy Football Game Show presented by Front Yard Fantasy. I'm your host, Simon, joined as always by my co-hosts, Josh and John Luke. And we've got your favorite Fun Friday guest joining us today. Tim Wright is here and joining us as well. Good friend of the show, our friend Jay Wall on Twitter at JWall_FF. What's up, Jay Wall?
What's up, guys? How you guys doing?
Doing great. Are you in a new location from the last time you were on the show?
Yes, I'm in my bedroom because
you're not in your mansion anymore.
In the living
room. If I remember correctly, it was beautiful. I mean, this is a beautiful background too. Don't get me wrong, but
I feel like I remember that exact plant.
He travels around with that plant.
Yeah, the plant goes with him.
Yeah. This is the sisterhood of the traveling plants.
God, that was so bad.
Sisterhood of the Traveling Plants is like such a good name, Tim. How did you come up with that?
It's easier than you thought.
What's up, Craig? Craig said, I pledge today not to make any dad jokes or bad wordplay in the chat. I want JL to start the weekend off on the right foot.
Such a good guy, Craig.
I'm
glad I threw that game so that you could win.
Jordan, I'm going to figure out what the hell happened for JL to tweet how dogs leave, parentheses, love peanut butter. Did you put a typo in your tweet, JL?
I did.
Yeah,
I did.
Yeah, I saw that.
I make
that was
mistakes.
Funny.
I was like,
we all do.
Dogs leave peanut butter, guys.
Dogs leave peanut butter.
Weird dogs do.
And then Craig said peanut butter and chocolate can make for a good candy. Sure. Not for a dog. Dogs do not like chocolate.
Yeah,
actually, no, dogs like chocolate.
Yeah, they do.
And then it gets everywhere.
It does not like them.
It does. We had a panic one time because we went to like a comedy show and then came back, and on top of our dog's kennel was a stack of towels and then a chocolate granola bar on top of that stack of towels. He had pulled all the towels through his kennel, and we found the wrapper empty in his kennel, ripped to shreds, and we were like, oh no. And like I fully panicked and called like dog poison control, which I didn't know was a thing and all this stuff. And they were like, read me the label, and they're like, he's fine. He might just have diarrhea, and it was all good. But man, did that scare the snot out of me. Scared me to death.
What situation in college? Our roommate's dog ate a bag of brownies.
Rocky?
Rocky. Yeah, and he almost
he
had to be taken to the hospital. That was pretty bad.
No.
He's a good dog. Him and Rose like to play.
Okay.
Yeah, he's good.
Jay is back home in the chat today. Good. Just kidding. We love having you on, Jay. We miss you whenever you're not on here. And Anthony said, good afternoon, guys. Good afternoon, Anthony. Welcome in. And we got double Jay Wall. What's up, chat fam?
Cheater.
Greetings to you. Bird up, Kev. Bird up indeed. And then Jay wants to know, Josh, do you have nice slacks on today? Wow. Man, just look at how this fits.
Oh my God. Is that the same belt as yesterday?
Yes, it is the same exact belt.
I knew it.
And I looked.
I knew it.
Perry Ellis is the brand.
There you go.
Jay said
that I use a lot.
Jay said Friends is a sitcom. Did someone have a debate with Jay?
No, he's making fun of me because I typo in my tweets all the time, and I said Friends is one of the sitcoms of all time.
one of the
sitcoms of all time. V2 said Thanos is here. He is. Indeed, he is. And Jay said hot. Yeah, those are some hot pants. Guys, today we are doing 2 tier lists. We're going to do part 4 of our redraft running back tier list. I've got 7 names up there. We'll probably get through 5 or 6 of them, maybe leave one guy that we just don't want to talk about today. And then we're moving on to our candy tier list. We've got to get through some candies today.
I'm going to be pissed, aren't I?
I've heard there's a lot of candies on this list.
Yeah, there's 45 candies on that list. I know we're not going to get to all of them, but I'm going to go ahead and share the screen for PPR redraft running backs for this coming year. And we are going to knock some of these out. So this is the tier list we have thus far. This is week 4 of building this. We've only gone down to tier 4, but we've got some interesting names to cover today. The names we have at the bottom are David Montgomery, Najee Harris, Myles Gaskin, Josh Jacobs, Melvin Gordon, Mike Davis, and Raheem Mostert. So I think this might be where we're getting into a little bit more disagreement down here. These are some interesting names, but we're past maybe that upper echelon of running back. Anthony said, I can't see you guys on Facebook. That's because we're not on Facebook.
No, we're there. Keep looking. Just keep looking.
I have a Facebook profile. You can friend request me. I think we're all your friends, though. So
Jordan said every time Tim is on the show, it makes it that much better.
Thanks.
And Anthony said could be a me problem. No, it's an us problem. Before we jump into our first running back, guys, I want to remind everyone, if you are not subscribed to us on YouTube, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It means a ton to us, and you can make sure you never miss another one of these episodes again. That little bell will notify you before we go live every single time.
Every
okay,
day
guys.
Here.
Oh. Jordan said Tim looks like the West Coast version of J-Wall. What's funny is Tim is East Coast and J-Wall's much closer to the West Coast than
J-Wall kind of looks like the West Coast version of J-Wall.
Anthony said, oops,
the Eagles jersey.
He meant YouTube. If anyone else on YouTube is having trouble, let us know.
Bro.
Well, definitely get off Facebook. Like, you won't find our YouTube on Facebook.
Yeah, that one's not going to
be
there
will.
For sure.
Good.
Someone might be posting it.
Okay, guys, are you ready?
Oh, youtube.com/frontyardfantasy will get you there.
It will. J-Wall, I'm going to have you pick the first one of these names that you want to talk about. Is there one of these players that you're dying to talk about today?
Yes, Najee Harris.
Najee Harris. Okay, what tier would you put Najee Harris in?
I know he's a rookie. I know this is redraft, but I still think he's like a tier 3 guy, just like based on his volume, and just what he'll be able to produce just based on that, even alone.
Based on volume, tier 3. Josh, are you in agreement with J-Wall there, or is Najee higher or lower for you?
So in tier 3, we got DeAndre Swift, Cam Akers, Austin Eckler, Joe Mixon, Miles Sanders, Aaron Jones, and Antonio Gibson. So
big tier 3.
Yeah. I put him closer to Clyde Edwards-Helaire than it's tough because I think Clyde Edwards-Helaire probably actually deserves to jump up a little bit. But I think I put Najee more in a tier 4 myself.
A tier 3 and a tier 4
everyone, but he's probably the end of a tier 3 for me, maybe.
Yeah,
John Luke, where do you have Najee Harris?
I actually completely agree with Josh. I put him right near CEH. I think he's right there in tier 4.
Tim? Oh,
Andrew. Yeah. Great point. I like it. I would agree.
I like the talent of him a lot. He looks really good in college, but I hate Steelers, so I'll put him in tier 5.
Oh, damn, sir.
We've got a tier 3, 2 tier 4s, and a tier 5.
For redraft, Jay?
Are you for real?
I mean, I'm not saying you're wrong. I could see it.
I think he's tier 2 upside. I don't think I'm.
Yeah, he's got upside for sure. But
I think with how old Big Ben is, like he's just going to dump the ball off a lot, and I think Harris is just going to feed off of that. That's why I have him higher than probably consensus.
I think that's where he'll get most of his points for sure. Yeah. In the passing game. That's what Najee does. He's good at that. It's what he did at Alabama. Their O line isn't great, but I wouldn't expect it. I wouldn't be like putting him up there, in the same tier as those guys.
The volume concerns me a little bit with the catches, just because there's so many good receivers there too. So
they didn't run much last year.
Yeah.
Because they couldn't. They couldn't run the ball.
Right. I expect that to go up for sure. But
yeah, it will.
But I've been rising on Najee recently. I think I was out because of how the Steelers' offense looked last year. But I expect it to be slightly better this year. And I need to stop pretending like Najee Harris and James Conner are a similar caliber of running back. They're not. Najee Harris is clearly a more talented running back than any of the running backs that were Pittsburgh's roster last year. It's not just saying like, oh, Najee's plugged into this situation, is going to do what these guys did last year. He's not Anthony McFarland. He's not James Conner. He's an elite running back. He's somewhere between tier 3 and tier 4 for me. Like I have trouble putting him up there with like Aaron Jones and Miles Sanders, Antonio Gibson, like before I see it. I would say tier 4 for me as well. I'm gonna say tier 4, which means we have a tier 3 and a tier 5, which cancel each other out in 3 tier 4s.
And I'm looking at this. If TH was in tier 3, I probably would have put Najee at the end of tier 3. And that's really what really kept bringing me down a little bit on him. So yeah, tier 3, tier 4, he's gonna have a good year.
J-Wall, would you take Najee Harris or Chris Carson in redraft this coming year?
Well, he put him through.
Najee Harris.
Najee Harris. Josh, would you take Chris Carson or Najee Harris?
I hate that question. I'd take Najee.
Okay. John Luke?
Yeah, I'll take Najee. It's close for sure, but I think the way to think about this, and Jay brings up a good point with this discussion, is like we're trying to definitively put these guys in tiers, but a better way to think about this and how you make your fantasy decisions is think about it as like a range of outcomes. Josh and I are saying that he's most likely going to finish here in tier 4, but it doesn't mean that, he won't be able to finish in tier 2.
Yeah, Najee just has like upside.
He has that upside.
He has tier 1 upside, in my opinion. Upside.
Yeah, 100%. He could be.
For sure.
It's in the range of outcomes for him to finish as a top 5 fantasy running back this year on volume alone. Like that is in the range of outcomes. I'm not projecting it. I don't think it's going to happen, but that there aren't many running backs on this list that's even in their range of outcomes, and I think he's one of them.
We haven't talked about Raheem Mostert yet.
Says, I'm attempting to eat 3-day-old vegan pizza. Fortunately, it's Friday, so worst case, I should be better by Monday.
Yeah, vegan pizza is already iffy on day 1.
Exactly. So. It's the vegan aspect that's really like scaring me there.
Okay, Joshua, which one of these guys would you like to talk about next?
Who would I like to talk about? I'm going to talk about Josh Jacobs because people, they don't seem to like him very much. I think he's going to have a great season. Not, tier 3, tier 2, tier 1 great, but tier 4 great. He fits in with these other guys right here in tier 4. I feel very confident about putting him in tier 4. Much more
tier
confident
4 from Josh. John Luke, what do you think?
Man, Josh and I are in sync today. I put him in the back of tier 4. I think I'd take all those guys in tier 4 over him, but I think he belongs tier 4. It's not a tier break for me.
Not Kareem Hunt for me, but
I would probably take Josh Jacobs over Kareem Hunt. Yes.
Tim, where are you putting Josh Jacobs?
I lean middle, end of tier 3. And then into tier 4, he's very close. Okay. He's a monster too, right? I mean, all these guys are studs. I mean, you talk about the upside, he can have it as well.
Are you worried about Drake?
No, not at all.
I'm more worried about Gruden than Drake.
That's true.
That's true. No idea what he's gonna do. But I mean, for the Raider handicap, I'd probably put it back down to 4. So that works.
Fair enough. That's pretty much what happened in my mind. Josh Jacobs, talent wise, deserves to be higher, but exactly. Raiders drop him down a bit.
I have trouble moving him past tier 3. I don't think I can do it. He had 273 rushing attempts and 33 receptions last year. Like, it is insane. And he was the RB8 in PPR last year. Yeah. Even if Drake eats into that a bit, like, he should still be an RB1 based off of that volume alone. And he's a great runner. Like, he is a great runner. He maybe should have been in our bracket yesterday when it came to talking about like pure runners in the NFL. Josh Jacobs is a very good running back. I put him in tier 3. So I know the 3 of you guys said tier 4, but Josh Jacobs is a tier 3 running back for me. I think I'd take him over every single person we have there in tier 4 right now. And maybe 1 or 2 in tier 3. But it's close. J-Wall, what do you think? We've got 3 tier 4s and a tier 3 right now.
Yeah, I'll balance it out and say 5 because that's what anyways. Because there's no way I could take him over like a Najee. Or honestly, I don't know if I would want him over any of those guys in redraft. Love his talent. Like last year, I was completely bought in. Thought that Gruden would actually use him like he should be used. But like they did bring Drake in, which isn't honestly a big deal considering like he never really got any passing like yardage anyway.
Yeah. Freaking Gruden.
But like I think the fact that their O-line got worse, like yeah, he's a great runner, but it's like, I mean,
what they got Leatherwood? What are you talking about?
Yeah, come on, the steal of the draft, Leatherwood in the first round.
But like, I mean, Saquon even behind like a terrible O-line like struggled. So
he had a really good rookie season though.
Oh no, yeah, he was nasty. But I had him that next year, and I was like dying. I was like, oh, so I know how good he is.
You know what he could be. Yeah.
Though, if I remember correctly, that season he also had an injury that he came back early from, right? Like there was an injury where he came back like 4 weeks quicker. Saquon.
Yeah,
Saquon. Like 4 weeks earlier than they predicted he would come back. That's what I'm saying. His second year in the league.
Yeah, exactly.
Finished that year just incredible. I remember he had like 3 40-point games like to end the year, and I was like, thank you.
Well, he won me my championship if I remember correctly.
Jay said high ankle sprain. Okay. Well,
so I got to ask you real fast, Jay. I'm not going to comment on it, but how about Josh Jacobs versus Kareem Hunt redraft?
They're just both very similar to me. Like I know Kareem Hunt and the Nick Chubb thing, like it's talked about a lot, but I had Kareem Hunt last year, and he had his best games when Chubb was playing. So I don't know. That's just my thoughts behind it.
No, I gotcha. So you take them in a very similar range, pretty much.
Yeah, kind of either or.
Fair enough.
And if I'm trading, I'm gonna trade for one for someone who's valuing the other higher.
Let's go. That's what it's all about. Finding out their actual value, the value they have in your league, and then making the most out of that, right?
Yeah.
Okay, we've got Josh Jacobs in tier 4 though, because we had same breakdown as last time, different perpetrators for the tiers, but 3 tier 4s, a tier 3, and a tier 5 makes it tier 4. And JL, which one of these guys would you like to discuss next? I feel like we'll get through 5, so we all get to pick one, and then we'll move on to candies.
All right, let's talk about David Montgomery.
Thank you.
Good choice.
You're very welcome. We talked about him, it feels like ad nauseum on the show. Simon, I believe you and I agree that we were both pretty worried that he was going to have a pretty big regression this from last season to this season. I think he finished where did he finish?
RB4.
Yeah, so
he's going to regress.
I still think he will, but I don't think it will be nearly as much. I really like the offseason moves the Bears have made. Really like them getting Justin Fields. I'm a little bit more confident that he can repeat that this year. And even that translates to dynasty too. I think his dynasty value goes up a little bit as well. So I would put him in tier 4 with these other guys here. I would probably. It would be hard to pick. I'll probably take him over Josh Jacobs, but that would be really tough. I'd definitely take him. I'd definitely take Najee over him and Dobbins and CEH.
Yeah, that's a good breakdown.
Man, so you're saying tier 4?
Tier 4, yep.
Tim, what do you think?
I don't really think much of David Montgomery. I forgot he was a person for the longest time last season. I know he did really well. I know that. But just because I can't imagine him being on my team for some reason. It's just a name that I have a mental block on. I'll put this redraft this season down at 5. I don't know.
If you would have asked me a month ago or 2 months ago, I probably would have put him in 5 or 6. I was really worried about the regression and with Tariq Cohen coming back, but I'm changing my mind. Tariq Cohen is coming off of an injury that's difficult for running backs to come back from, and Monty showed success in the passing game. I'm not saying he's going to get as much receiving work as he did last year, but I don't think they're just going to completely take that aspect of his game away. Whenever he showed he can be successful in it, the offense, even if he has even if he has fewer opportunities, like these opportunities also should be more valuable because we're hoping that offense is much better with Fields behind center, right? He's very clearly Dalton. He's very clearly tier 4 for me, and I would even consider tier 3, but tier 4 seems like the right spot for him. There's some guys in tier 4 I would take over him, some I would take him over. So
are you worried about Damian Williams? Does that factor into your decision at all?
No, I'm not worried about Damian Williams at all. And he said, and his schedule was a cakewalk. Monty will be a bust.
Jay coming in hot.
Jay calling it. Jay Wall, what do you think? We've got 2 tier 4s and a tier 5 so far.
Yeah, I'm all about keeping that tier 4 train rolling. So I'm gonna throw him right in there because I value him right around Jacobs too. I would probably. Basically what JL said is like what I was thinking. So I don't have to say much, but yeah.
Another tier 4. So we've got 3 tier 4s and a tier 5. Josh, what do you think?
There goes our symmetry.
I know.
Guys, guess what? I'm a tier 4 for David Montgomery. I get it, Jay. I get what you're saying. You don't love him, but he's going to get tons of carries. He's going to get as many carries as any guy on this list. Not any guy. I mean, Christian McCaffrey's going to get more. Saquon's going to get more. Zeke's going to get more. But he's going to get a lot of carries. He's going to get a lot of touches in an improved offense. I'm fine taking David Montgomery in this territory, especially in redraft. Yeah. He's going to be good.
He had the 6th most red zone touches as running back, which is really valuable, right? That's where you want your running backs to get their touches because you're going to get that touchdown upside. So
now
I will say they're in the red zone more this year.
Yeah, Justin Fields coming in running, he could steal some of those opportunities, but I still think it's going to move the offense more, give him more touches overall, and I think he's going to have a fine season. Nowhere near running back 4, all right?
But even if he regresses to RB12, like that's still good.
Yeah,
exactly.
Jay Wall in the chat said, big fan
For some
of Frisbee
reason,
Jay.
I thought Jay said that. Like G-Man Jay said that.
And Eric coming in saying Monty's RB19 and ADP. Let me get that
great
right.
value.
100%
solid
agree.
RB2.
I with RB1 upside. Like I really believe Monty could still finish the season as an RB1 this year. Timothy, it's your choice next. Which one of these guys do you want to talk about?
I want to talk about Melvin Gordon.
Oh, that's what I was going to pick.
First of all, he's the only name I remember that's of these last four, so that's why I picked him. But also, this is going to be a little spicy. He's 28 years old, but he's a truck, and he's learning that Broncos offense. They're going to be moving the ball a lot more. Redraft, I wouldn't hate myself for picking in tier 3. I know that's spicy. Whoa. I think he's gonna have a big year. He's been training at high altitude for a couple of years now. He's stronger than the average man.
Haven't signed Aaron Rodgers yet, right?
I don't care.
I'm messing around.
You saw the way he finished last season. He finished strong.
He played well last season.
And he was the RB 14 overall in PPR last year. Melvin Gordon was. It was I think people forget that was a really good year for him. But yeah.
Javonte.
Yeah.
So Tim, you're saying tier 3?
Definitely spicy tier 3.
Tier 3 from Tim. I'm
spicy tier 3.
Would you take him? Would you take him over everyone there in tier 4, Tim?
For the most part.
Well, this isn't his tier 4 though either. So
that's
like you know how I feel about CH and Dobbins, and then the rest of them. It's all. I would put him definitely at the back of tier 3 because I draft everybody up there in tier 3 well before him. But it's a close one. But I'll give him a tier 3 shot.
I can feel the spice, man. I like it.
That's super spice.
Jay said, ew.
Ew.
Whatever.
I think
Frisky
for me, Melvin Gordon probably would have been on the fringe 4-5 for me had they not drafted Javonte Williams. But I do think at this point, like Melvin Gordon at 28, Javonte Williams coming in as a rookie, fresh. He may not start the year as the primary back. Melvin Gordon likely will, but I fully believe by the end of the season, Javonte Williams is getting more touches per game than Melvin Gordon. This could be a situation, draft him, let him go off for a couple weeks, then try to trade him before Javonte takes over. But I think I'm going to put Melvin Gordon in tier 6. I think I think we're going to jump a whole tier because I think 2 of the 4 other guys here I would clearly draft ahead of him. I won't spoil it, but the Melvin Gordon I think is tier 6 for me. So we got a tier 3 and a tier 6. J-Wall, what do you think about Melvin Gordon?
Oh man, I think he's kind of going to be kind of like what you were saying. Like I think he's going to be like the Todd Gurley of last year, where like he produced like super well and then like literally fell off the map. But I think he's going to have some like really good weeks to basically first half of the season. But I do think that Javonte does take over that role, like at least halfway through. So I was thinking 6, but since Tim said 3, I'm going to say 7.
All right. So we've got 3, 6, and 7. Josh, what do you think about Melvin Gordon?
I like it.
Chaos. Okay. No, nice. I love everything you guys said. I love trying to trade him once he does get off to a hot start. I really do almost expect him to get off to a pretty decent start, better than most people expect because of Javonte Williams. But yeah, he's lower than a lot lower than these other guys in my mind. Especially because of the Denver offense too. I'll put him in tiers 5. I mean, I'm just trying to figure this out. Like there's not going to be many running backs in tier 5. This is the area where you are just passing on Melvin Gordon and drafting a receiver, right?
Yeah.
Or something.
Yep, 100%.
Maybe.
So this is the range where if David Montgomery's not sitting there, I'm drafting a wide receiver.
Yeah, like, exactly.
That's what's going on.
I'll put him in tier 5, 6. I don't. 6. We'll skip.
We've got 2 6s, a 7, a 3, and John Luke. Where are you going?
Wow, very high variance. Yeah, I was between 5 and 6.
Yeah,
they traded up to get Javonte in the second round. Like
which I'm salty about too.
Yeah, because Miami didn't get him.
You want him from the Dolphins?
He wanted Miami. I remember
he would have been good for Miami.
Yeah. He would have, yeah, for sure. You know, Philip Lindsay's gone. If they didn't draft Javonte Williams, I might put him in tier 5 or tier 4, tier 5 for the draft. But even then, I'm not sure that we're going to get the same production. I mean, he got most of this team's workload last year. I'm not expecting that this year at all. So I put him in tier 6.
Okay. I did the math, and that comes out to an average of 5.6, which puts him in tier 6. Rounds.
My! Hey, thank you, Jay Wall, for lowering your average for us.
There's a picture of him on the bench, and his biceps are like wider than my torso. The man is jacked out of his mind. That's just it's crazy.
Biceps don't matter for running backs. It's all about the calf. It's all about the thighs, you know. The calves.
The calves. It's all about the calves.
Imagine how big his calves or his quads are if his biceps are as big as a house.
Very small.
It's all about the shins, really. It's the shins above all.
That's like shin muscle.
The guy I'm talking about next, his shins are unbelievable. I want to talk about Mike Davis a little bit. That's the player I want to talk about. I think he's difficult. He's difficult to rank this year because we saw last year him dominate early in that Carolina offense whenever McCaffrey was out. But it seemed like by the end of the season, he was losing some steam. He wasn't the magic was fading. But now he should be the primary back in that Atlanta backfield unless they bring somebody else in to compete with him. But right now I'm going based off the fact that he will be the primary ball carrier. He's tier 5 for me, just based on what we've seen running backs do in that Atlanta offense. Even like the corpse of Todd Gurley was much better last year than we thought he was going to be till he fell off a cliff. And Mike Davis, I hate that I even started that thought in my head. Who would you rather, as an NFL team, who would you rather have as your starting running back, Mike Davis or Todd Gurley right now, today?
Mike Davis. The Falcons are showing that. They cut Todd Gurley.
They literally made that decision.
They could sign Todd Gurley right now, right?
Well, I wasn't asking what decision did the Falcons make. I was asking what decision you guys would make.
I don't know if you're trying to make that point.
Anthony says Mike Davis has to be tier 3 based on opportunity. If you take Jacobs and Hunt over him based on situation, you're doing fantasy wrong. I like opportunity is most of everything, but it's not everything. We saw Mike Davis start breaking down towards the end of the year last year. And I know a lot of people are excited about that Atlanta offense, but I'm not convinced in that Atlanta offense yet this year. I'm not fully bought in to it being this like unbelievably high scoring unit. Tier 5 for me, for Mike Davis. Above Melvin Gordon, but below all those guys in tier 4. Jay Wall, what do you think?
I'm tier 5 too. No, that's what I was thinking. I'd take him over Melvin Gordon, but I don't know. I was just thinking about it. I was like, I'm guessing when Julio leaves, I wonder how that will shape up for like the running backs. Just because I don't think the passing offense will be quite as great.
Or will they maintain the same passing volume without Julio, or will they shift to more of a?
I was just thinking about it. It just came in my head.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a good point because we've talked at length about what the lack of Aaron Rodgers necessarily means for like the running backs, like the change in offense in Green Bay means for the running backs or the receivers. I feel like we've just been talking about Ridley on the Falcons. Haven't really mentioned how that might affect Mike Davis or the rest of the backs there. Josh, we've got 2 tier 5s. Where do you put Mike Davis?
So this is for redraft, and I do normally go opportunity in redraft and talent in Dynasty. So Mike Davis is getting a hell of an opportunity here. I don't necessarily think he's going to get a lot going forward after this year. And maybe at the end of the year, even it could be a Melvin Gordon situation where he starts to fade as the year goes on. Yeah. I want to put him really close to Melvin Gordon, but definitely above. So I'm going to go tier 5. I would definitely draft him above Melvin Gordon in my mind. But again, still, once we hit past tier 4, you got to wait on running back. You can't force it. I feel like you're going to have to wait. You stack up one wide receiver unless you need it, but then you're forcing it. But do mock drafts and figure out like kind of what you like your team to look like, and get 2 running backs before the tier 4 runs out.
We've got 3 tier 5s. John Luke, what do you think?
Man, Josh, we are really in sync today.
All the
everything
same.
You say, I'm like,
just wait till we get to Candy.
That's where it all goes off the rails. I think Mike Davis's volume, his opportunity, it's volume based, right? So like that's what's putting him in tier 5. Anthony said if you take Jacobs or Hunt over him based on situation, you're doing it wrong. Maybe if you're just drafting based off situation, but I think that's not a great way to approach fantasy in general or making decisions. I'd take Hunt and Jacobs over Mike Davis.
Mm-hmm. Agreed.
But I think the fact that he has so much volume in this offense, and the offense could be really good with their new head coach, that he's a tier 5. He has that upside, but I'm not expecting the same Mike Davis we got last year.
No,
it's a different team. So you can't necessarily expect the same exact output. And he wasn't very consistent.
You guys know I don't like Kareem Hunt, but I would take Kareem Hunt over Mike Davis in redraft. So and dynasty too. But so yeah, that means something, I guess, in my mind.
Yeah.
Tim, what do you think? Everyone on tier 5 so far.
Yeah, I mean, I'd put him at the back of tier 4 just because I know Atlanta's defense is going to be a dumpster fire. They're going to go up big in games. They're going to wind up losing somehow. It's what they do. they can feed points to their players, and I just give him a 4 for that. Back of
Mike Davis got a lot of catches last year too. Yeah, so I think he's going to continue getting a decent amount of catches. So that's so valuable for a PPR running back.
Guys, before we move to Candy, I have one thing I wanted to say. Are we sure we don't want to move Melvin Gordon to tier 5 so that we can have symmetry yet again? Oh, that's not symmetry. I forgot a row.
Are you saying symmetry?
Cemetery?
Symmetry?
That's symmetry.
Yeah, we got you, man.
I thought the same thing, Tim.
Well, I was wrong anyways because I forgot about row 2. But never mind. We'll just ignore it and we'll move straight to Candy.
Tim,
1 second while I get that pulled up.
Imagine my bathing suit.
Are you wearing your bathing suit?
This candy.
Your bikini?
Yeah. No, it's close though.
I've got my bathing suit on too.
Oh, sweet Jesus.
Okay,
These
guys.
are all S tier except for paper.
Here is the candy list that we have going on today. Jason, Simon, are you drunk? I am not. I have not even cracked my beer. It's just sitting here. Unopened. He said, am I drink?
Drink?
Drunk? Is there any word in wait? What word?
Drewing.
Cruise has UI in it. So drunk. I think that's how you would say
Drunk. Yes. Yeah. Drunk.
Sweet is UI as well.
Craig said, I keep the day off from wordplay, but y'all are keeping it alive. I love it. Yeah, you've invested our brains. Infested, not invested.
And you've invested in our brains.
And you've invested in our brains, Craig.
Stock is going up.
Okay, J-Wall, we're going to come to you first. If you want me to zoom in on some of these candies, I can. But here is the list. There's 45 different candies on this list that we have today. And it still wasn't.
Just
you got to pick
your
one.
favorite, dude. Obviously, the one that you would love.
Start with S tier, the one that has to be on that list.
Can I just say, I didn't know until we just saw these. So we just saw this, but this is my wheelhouse.
JL, we are on the same page today. What is going on?
No, Josh.
Man, I candy is this is my I can't control myself with candy.
When you sit back out, I'm getting diabetes.
Okay. What's it gonna be, J-Wall?
Man, I picked like 3, but then I saw the Tootsie Rolls. Ooh, those are S tier for me, man.
Weird place to start.
What the
real weird place to start.
Jay looked at this entire list and said Tootsie Rolls.
Tootsie Rolls. Listen, I like Tootsie Rolls as much as the next guy. I would never pick it first off this list, though.
Yeah. Give me a Tootsie Roll. I'm gonna eat it and be like, thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Tootsie Rolls are the ones that fall to the bottom of your bag and Halloween. Like, oh, Tootsie Roll.
Tim down in there just to get the Tootsie Roll.
Tim thinks of candy, all candy in the context of Halloween.
It's gonna.
Now I will say Tootsie Rolls are great. Yeah, they're great because like I need that individual wrapper because like if they didn't have the individual wrapper, I'm gonna just like keep eating them. So I can't stop. So I like them in that regard, but they're like in regard to everything else here on this list, I got to put it kind of low. I'm sorry. It's a C.
Yeah, what is this?
Hey, that was a great year.
It was a great year.
Jay, let's go, Jay. C.
Yeah, Jay said C as well. John Luke, we've got an S and a C for Tootsie Rolls.
In the chat. I feel like almost all this candy for me is going to be like S through B. I'm going to put Tootsie Rolls in B.
Fair enough.
We got 6 here, so I feel like that's dividing line between B and C is just going to be ones that I don't like versus ones that I like. Like I would.
You're fine with?
Yeah, I would grab if they were sitting like a bowl on the table. So it's a B.
Tim, where are you putting Tootsie Rolls?
I mean, in comparison to some of the rest of these things, I'll put it in a D. I'm not gonna pick a Tootsie Roll over like 80% of these, which is how that breaks out in the chart.
So there are ones I like less.
I was going to say, Tim, I was looking at it the same way. I think there's 2, maybe 3 I would put behind it, but that's not very many. So it's D for me as well. Tootsie Rolls are just like, and on my very first date, my first date ever, I was at the movie theater watching Bewitched, and I got a thing of Tootsie Rolls. The Will Ferrell's Bewitched.
6 years old.
I choked on a Tootsie Roll, like to the point where like I was like gagging in the theater, like trying to unlodge it from my throat. And that's just a traumatic Tootsie Roll memory. No, I hadn't even held a hand at that point, John Luke. So that brings it out actually. A 1. We had an S and an A. Who said A? Did anyone say A? No, someone said B.
No,
I did.
I said C.
Okay, so we've got an A,
I said
a
D,
C.
But Joe, we have an S, a B, a C, and 2 Ds.
This might be the best I've ever had.
B, C, D, D. Double D.
That comes out to tier 4, which is C. It's at 3.6.
Yeah, I was right. I knew it.
So Tootsie Rolls, welcome to the C tier. Sorry, J-Wall. Josh, now which of your favorite candies do we get to shit on?
I forgot that I let's see. Reese's Pieces, S tier.
Go down in here.
I love
Reese's
Pieces.
What the hell is
Reese's Pieces?
No, Josh, you're right. It's Reese's Pieces.
Reese's Pieces?
It's Reese's Pieces. Everybody knows that.
No.
Reese's Pieces?
The second word is pieces, and it's Reese's Pieces.
Oh, yeah. Well.
Reese's Pieces.
Reese's Pieces.
You pronounce
Reese's
everything
Pieces.
Perfectly?
No.
This is English. This is an English class.
Reese's
this is a candy store.
Yeah, okay, but like Reese's Pieces, that sounds like you're like 2 years old. Come on.
Man,
all of these
we're talking
names
about
do.
candy.
That's what we're doing right now.
Okay, sorry, Josh.
Yeah, 5 grown men discussing candy.
Reese's Pieces, you would put an S tier?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay,
Reese's
John Luke,
Pieces.
where are you putting Reese's Pieces?
Yeah, I probably I never really like buy Reese's Pieces for myself. I'll just like
Can't do it.
But I'll put them in A because I love them. They are delicious. Josh is right.
S and A. Tim, where are you putting Reese's Pieces?
Because for the psychological just trauma I've endured over my entire life from just hearing people say it like that, I'm putting it. If there's a tier below F, I'm putting it below. I'm putting it in the dumpster. I'm throwing it out. I'll buy it just to stomp on it and then spit in a little kid's face.
I don't think we're going to be able to average that out, but yeah, we'll accept the F.
F.
Okay, we've got an S, an A, an F, and I'm going to go S as well. Reese's Pieces, I could literally eat nonstop until the bag was empty. Like, they're so good. So I'm going to say S as well. J-Wall, you've got the last vote. Where are you putting Reese's Pieces?
Well, I actually was looking at Reese's Pieces before
I'm my man.
Let's go.
Like about to say it, and I was like, "Oh, Tootsie Rolls," which of course I got roasted for. But I don't know. I think Reese's Pieces are just so versatile. Like I love them in ice cream and stuff. And so, anyway, they're S tier for me.
Yes.
Another S tier. Let's see what that averages out to. Divided by 5. Tier 2. Reese's Pieces, even with Tim's F, are an A tier candy. Ended up in A.
And that's honestly about right. But you can't put Reese's Peanut Butter Cups below Reese's
I can.
Pieces. That's
I can.
Oh,
I can all day.
Craig said
belong
Reese's
together.
Pisces. Yep, I think that's right. Reese's Pisces
That
That
is
sounds
how you
better,
would say
actually.
that.
I like that.
I think it's like the
I
Reese's
that.
monkey, and then Pisces like the astrological sign. Craig, that's beautiful.
Yes.
Jay said, "Bye guys, this is fun." Rick said, "Blasphemy."
No, it wasn't.
Jay said, "I'm gone." They're out of here. JL, you get to pick the next candy. Werther's Originals is on there. I put that on there just for you, so I know you probably wanted to talk about that.
Thanks. Let's see. Oh God, there's so many good ones, and I'm like, I have so much anxiety. We're not gonna have time to get to all these.
Well, then let's pick up the pace.
All right, Sour Patch.
We're not going to get to all of them.
Which one? Sour Patch Kids or
Both-
Sour Patch
Both
Watermelon?
belong in S.
Oh, we're gonna tackle both at the same. We can tackle both.
They both
Fair
belong in
enough.
S.
Okay, that might be hard to keep track of, but
What
I
are the
can do it.
differences?
We should
One
have-
is Sour Patch Kids, and one is Sour Patch Watermelon. The little watermelon
Oh.
slices.
Gotcha.
Very different candy. Tim, where are you
Very
putting both of those? JL said S for both.
I'll put Kids in S and I'll put Watermelon in A.
S and A for Tim. Wall, where are you
keeping
putting
track, too,
both
Simon,
of those
in
Sour
case you
Patch
need it.
Kids?
I am putting watermelon in S, and then just the normal ones in B.
You skipped yourself, Simon.
Yeah,
I skipped myself. I did it again. I'm putting watermelon in S, and then the kids in S as well. They're both S.
Wow.
Thanks.
Wow. Josh, where are you putting them?
I like the kids better than the watermelon, but they're going to be A and B for me, actually.
Can we clip that Josh is saying, I like kids better than watermelon?
Yes.
I've never thought about it like kids versus watermelon. It's always been Sour Patch or watermelon.
But I wrote it down that way when I was keeping track. So,
I mean, you gotta think the kids were so good that they decided to make the watermelon because the kids were so good. I mean, it's like
and they nailed it. The sequel was a hit.
Well, they did A.
So kids got 3 S's, an A, and a B, and watermelon got 3 S's, an A, and a B.
So it's S for both.
So what does that come out? 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 2 plus 3 divided by 5 is 1.6. That's an A. That falls both of them in A tier. I'm not sure we're going to get anything in S tier this time, but we're doing math because I got in trouble when I tried to just willy-nilly it a little bit. So now we do math to put them into tiers.
1.6. Okay. How does that work? What is S?
S is 1, A is 2, B is 3. So we've got 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 2 plus 3 divided by 5. Jay said if Reese's Cup isn't S tier, that's the line for me. And Rick said they will just Pahuk this up. Why are we even watching? I assume that was a hard P in there.
Like pucking, man.
Mm-hmm. Shouldn't be news to you, Rick.
Tim, which candy do you want to talk about?
Give me original Skittles.
Original
good
Skittles.
Good choice.
And I'm gonna put them in S for Skittles.
The best Skittles.
S for Skittles. There was a kid at my high school that was on the news because he stole his dad's car, drove to the gas station, and drove straight into it. And when they asked him on the news why he did it, it was to get Skittles. His nickname for the rest of high school was Skittles. His real name is Roger. Roger, if you're watching, shout out Skittles. That story alone.
Hope you're enjoying prison.
They're delicious. They're delicious. And a kid in my high school literally drove his car through a gas station wall to get some. So if that's not S tier, then I don't know what is. J-Wall, where are you putting Skittles?
All right, so I like Skittles, but I mean, I love like the wild berry, the sour Skittles, the tropical, the crazy.
Get out of here with that wild berry nonsense.
Skittles. That's Skittles of all time. Anyways, I guess I will put them in B tier just because I'd rather have a lot more of these over just normal Skittles.
Understood. Yeah. We got 2 S's and a B. Josh.
Skittles. First of all, Jay, I'm sorry. You know,
now we can start the show.
Wow, Skittles are the best. Good job, Scott. By the way,
always. I think that's every day this week. You've been first in the chat. That's incredible.
Proud of you, buddy.
I'm a big fan. Scott's a big fan. Anyway, Skittles. They're a hard A for me. A hard A.
I think you're letting them sit out too long if they're that hard.
Don't like that.
I just wait for Jail's response.
Hard A.
Okay, Jail, what, you've got the last vote on this one. Where are you putting Skittles?
I'm with you, Tim. S tier.
Woo! Okay, I think this is exactly the same breakdown we had for Sour Patch Kids, if I'm not mistaken. It is. So Skittles end up in A tier as well. We have yet to have
nothing's going to get an S tier.
We have yet to have
it will. Yes, it will. You watch. You watch.
It's going to be Stars.
That's not better than
The candy I'm gonna talk about is Warheads. They were by far and away my favorite candy as a child. Anytime they had them at the store, I had Warheads, and you would hunt out the black ones and the yellow ones and try to shove them all in your mouth. Like, it's not even sour.
The black ones are like the nuclear ones.
Meanwhile, you're dying on the inside.
Meanwhile, you're like literally crying and they're so sour. But Warheads are delicious and like integral part of my childhood. It's S tier for me. J-Wall, where are you putting Warheads?
Well, I was a wimp growing up.
Nothing changed.
Growing up.
Like I take one, be like, just like dying.
Get this out of here.
But I mean, they were still good, and like I eat them once in a while now, and I like them. But probably C, just because I don't have any feelings.
So we've got an S and a C.
the sweetness of them, though. You know, the sour at the beginning is not really the enjoyable part.
Also, Scott coming in here ready to piss off the entire chat, saying Reese's Peanut Butter Cups F tier unless you have something lower.
Something about this guy.
Jay just full on angry shit his pants.
Yeah,
but, angry shit. Yeah, Jay's sitting there just stewing in his own mess that he just created in his desk chair.
In his office, just uncontrollably shitting.
Rick said JL seems like a circus peanuts kind of guy. And Jay said, Scott, no.
Scott.
No. Okay, so we've got an S and a C. Josh, where did you put Warheads?
It's more like a C for me, to be honest. The nostalgia factor's there, absolutely. I loved them as a kid, but I don't want to eat them now, really.
Simon, do you eat them now?
They're probably more like a D. I'm gonna put them in D. I'm sorry, guys. D.
When I see them at the store, I still buy them.
You do?
I don't. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Simon,
if they have them at the store, I buy them. They don't always have Warheads.
About doing it. I just wouldn't enjoy it right now.
I hate you.
I know.
JL, where would you put Warheads?
Man, streak continues. I'm with Josh. I might put them in C though, because
That's fine.
I would still probably have one today. So I'll put them in C.
Okay, 2 C's, a D, an S.
The nostalgia is much better than a Tootsie Roll, but
I'd rather eat a Tootsie Roll now.
I'd probably rather eat a Tootsie Roll too now, but the nostalgia factor bounces out.
That's true.
Tim, where are you putting Warheads?
I think these permanently damaged my tongue.
Because
I used to
the roof of my mouth
stack them up on. Oh man,
these and sour Skittles for sure are like will just destroy.
Sour Skittles were covered in razor blades. They would like slice your tongue up. No, they weren't sour. They were just like spiky.
Oh yeah, they mess your mouth up once you get like 3/4 of the way through the bag.
I'll give them a B.
A B. Okay.
Yeah, Simon, you're never getting an S here.
Nope. This comes out to a 3.4. With that doesn't make 1 + 4 + 5 + 4 + 3 divided by 5, 3.4. So that puts them in B. That doesn't make sense.
We don't do math here.
Maybe it kind of does. I mean,
yeah, that's what the math says.
Below, and then there was a B, a C, a C. Yeah, I think that makes sense. It checks out.
Also,
Josh, let's go.
Rick said, if something has 3 S's, it sure seems like an S. I agree, but I think what we're discovering is we were too lackadaisical with our S tier, and now S means something.
Now it
lackadaisical. S means something now. That's what happens. Anthony said, Scottfish, that take is so bad that I need to rescind my application for the bowl. Scott said I just didn't see a Z tier. Jason, I love literally everything. I did not say Tootsie Rolls were an integral part of my childhood. I just had a memory about them. So hop off my case, Jay.
No,
sorry I had a childhood.
You got a lot of relations here.
That's how my brain works. It's all relational. Jay, while we are back to you after Warheads, which candy do you want to talk about next?
Man, I really don't want to pick it.
Don't screw up this time, man.
We have so much to get to.
Pick lollipops. All right.
Honestly, I'm going to go with just like Reese's.
Not a bad choice.
The cups.
You're
and they are fight for me. Like they are not good.
What?
Like, I have never ever.
You're pandering to Scott Fish right now. I know.
God.
When he said that, I was like,
he can't hurt you, Jay.
He gets me. He gets me.
Yeah.
Because I have never liked like my sister, my best friend growing up, like everyone like Reese's. Every time I get it, like,
because they're normal.
Here you go.
They're delicious.
Of course, I would trade, right? And I wanted.
Where are you putting Reese's Cups?
F, always F.
F. Okay, Josh, where are you putting Reese's Cups? Oh, see,
I can't put them in F.
Oh
no!
Guys, look, my last suggestion was Reese's Pieces and Reese's Pieces, and I said I had them above Reese's. I have S tier for Reese's Pieces, but I'm gonna go A tier for the Reese's.
I was nervous that you
said
really
you said A.
No, A. It's still A.
Okay, so we've got an
F.
I'm
not that low. I like them a lot still.
Jay said I am angry, pooping everywhere. JL, where are you putting Reese's?
Reese's Pieces. We already
Reese's Cups. Don't be a jackass.
You said it.
I just said Reese's.
English.
I literally just said Reese's.
I wasn't paying attention.
I'm gonna put it in A. It belongs right wherever Reese's Pieces are.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
I love making Tim cringe.
Yes,
You're
guys,
a
got
lunatic.
agrees. Let's go.
It hurts. Oh, gosh.
Okay, Tim, where are you putting Reese's Cups?
I'm putting them in S where they belong. I read a story on Tumblr where there was a kid in grade school who says, you know what, I'm just gonna do it. The kid's allergic to peanut butter, grabs a Reese's cup, bites it, stabs himself with his EpiPen, and calls 911.
Fun fact: that kid was Simon.
Fun fact: that was Albert Einstein, and then he found $20, and everyone clapped. It was truly incredible. I'm going to put Reese's Cups in A. They're not my favorite, but man, I do like them. Like, and you know what's better than a Reese's Cup? For some reason, when they're shaped like bunnies or Christmas trees, they taste better. Yeah, the Reese's tree is the best.
I disagree.
One. They're all gross.
I'm on the other side of that debate, Simon. Actually, myself.
So what this comes out to is an F, 3 A's, and an S comes out to 2.6, which is B. So we have B tier for Reese's Cups. It is below Reese's Pieces.
Good job, Jay Wall. Really tanking that Reese's value. The ADP, your rankings have it a little lower. And I'm next,
Josh. Josh, which one do you want to talk about next?
Give me a break of that Kit Kat bar. It's S tier all day. Let's go. S tier all day. Don't sit, J.O. Get out of here.
For the first time, Josh, we are going to disagree.
Reese, oh man, Kit Kats. Oh, they're the way to go. They're so simple and tasty and crunchy.
Oh, Scott was saying
Reese's
Pieces from the freezer. He likes
that
the best.
And peppermint patties. Got a freezer game all day.
Yeah. Are you my mom?
Snickers frozen.
Yeah.
Shut your mouth.
Josh said S for Kit Kat. John Luke, where are you putting Kit Kat?
Kit Kat is F. It's garbage. I've never once.
You're just not even going to eat it?
I've never once thought, oh, I really want this Kit Kat right now.
I have thought that every day.
I'm going to make a bowl of Reese's Pieces, Skittles, and M&Ms. I'm going to throw them all together and give it to you.
That sounds delicious.
Jason, break me off a piece of that fancy feast.
Where's that from? That's from something. Right?
That's The Office, right?
Yeah, that's
Andy. Yeah. That's it. Okay.
Why did we have to waste time talking about Kit Kat when there's so many other good candies on this?
So we've got S, F. Tim, you said S as well.
S.
So 2 S's and
Tim.
F.
Let's go, Tim.
I'm gonna say C. I think a Kit Kat's about the epitome of average candy. Like it's totally fine. So we've got 2 S's, an F, and a C. J-Wall, where are you putting it? You got the last vote here.
I would rather have a Reese's over a Kit Kat.
Oh no! Oh, Jay!
So it's also F for you?
Yeah.
So we have 2 F's, 2 S's, and a C. That
C.
comes out to a 3.6, which is a C. Yeah, that is a C for Kit Kat. Joining Tootsie Rolls. That just looks wrong having them together in the same tier.
This whole thing
should be higher.
Scott Fish said, "What's the Twitter handle of the top guy?" That is J Wall, and his Twitter handle. Let's go solo layout so you can see it right there. Yeah. It is at JWall _.
Man, you're looking good, J Wall. Yeah.
Give us your best LinkedIn photo face.
Oops, I got off you. Yeah, pose like
you got a blue steel.
Wow.
There you go.
That actually is really good, man.
That's a really good LinkedIn photo. I hope someone screenshotted that.
Actually,
your smile is just dynamic. My God.
Stop it.
Okay, John Luke, which candy do you want to talk about next?
Okay, next we have to talk about this. Airheads, S tier. Yeah. Come on.
The regular Airheads or the extremes?
Regular.
Okay.
What is the difference? Tim? Real fast. I don't know.
Extremes are subpar.
The Airhead Extremes are the sour rainbow belts, and
I gotcha.
Oh yeah. I'll give them a B. They're good, but I'm not picking them over some of these.
So we've got an S and a B and an F because there's no chance in hell I would ever pick them over Airheads Extremes. Literally, Airheads Extremes are sour and chewy and delicious, and Airheads are like, hey, let's take that candy that's great, make it fatter, chewier, stickier, and grosser. Airheads are awful. F tier.
I'm not coming to Texas anymore.
I'll buy you Airheads, but J-Wall, where are you putting Airheads?
S for sure. If I see them,
oh my God,
because usually they're like at the bottom, it's like 25 cents, and I'm like, I'll buy a couple of these.
You get the pack of 6. The white one's always the best.
Yep. I got a box of them.
Yeah. I'd go through that box in a day.
I literally had to pace myself because I'm like, I want to enjoy it.
It's got like a
Josh,
calendar
you've got the
with
last
tally marks.
You've got the last vote. Where are you going?
Airheads, I hate how much they stick to your teeth, but I do enjoy the flavor and the taste. They're C for me.
C.
Sorry, guys.
So that is 4.
That's
okay.
perfectly.
Let's see what that averages out.
Yeah.
That averages exactly to 3. So that is a B tier through and through. Airheads is. We have yet to put anything in S tier. And Scott Fish said, "Man, I don't see J-Wall sign up for Scott Fish Bowl." J-Wall,
I'm pulling up.
Go put that application in. He's finding another person who hates Reese's Cups, and Scott Fish is like, "Oh man, I got to connect with this guy."
Yes. This is the guy.
For anyone that wants to get into the Scott Fish Bowl.
8 Reese's.
Code.
Ricky Butt said the movie is better than the candy. I've never seen the movie Airhead, so I don't know.
Air Bud,
Tim,
great movie.
Air Bud is a great movie, not a great candy. Tim, which candy do you want to talk about next?
Nerds are S.
Finally. Is that you?
There we go.
Up? There he is.
Hey, let's go. Hook this man up.
My ID number.
Looking at this list.
Right there.
My social security.
6489.
The nerds, I forget how much I like them until I have them every single time. They're delicious and crunchy and such an odd little texture for a candy, and then you throw them on a rope and they're unbelievably delicious. Nerds rope is not on here. That's probably a mistake, but nerds, oh my gosh, S tier. 2 S's so far. J-Wall, where are you putting nerds?
S.
We got 3 S's so far. Josh, where are you putting nerds?
I'm not going to tank them, but they're not S for me. They are more like a B.
Okay,
Sorry,
3 S's.
Jail doesn't tank it. Jail doesn't tank it.
John Luke, where are you putting nerds?
I mean, they're not better than Junior Mint. No, I'm just kidding. They're S tier. Come on, get out of here, Josh. I'm not no idiot. They're nerds.
That comes out to a 1.4, which means it is an S tier. Nerds are our first S tier candy.
We did it.
Really?
I can't believe nerds are the one we agreed on. For some reason, it's absolutely ridiculous to me.
Wow.
I'll just pour the whole box in my mouth. I'll eat
I
it
just
all.
think it's funny. The very first candy we put on S tier, Rick comes in and says nerds are F immediately. Jason, nerds are underrated on
Simon,
ice
you
cream.
made a great point. Whenever I don't think I'm gonna like them that much, but when I eat them, they are great. So,
now you're trying to change your tunes.
No, they're still a B for me. But yeah.
We did it.
You know what,
We
guys?
took 9 candies.
It's my turn to pick a candy. Now that we have an S tier, we need to populate the bottom of this tier list a bit. I'm going with the worst candy on this list, and that is Necco wafers. It's like eating.
I don't even know what that is.
Eating sidewalk chalk. The houses that gave those away for Halloween were like the worst. Like I would.
Well, this was put on the list to be F tier.
It was put on the list to be F tier, and that was like part of Halloween trick or treating.
It is. I've eaten these before, and they're horrible.
It knows what it is. They're Tums.
This tiers may even get me to unsubscribe. Jason, just when I think you guys can't get any dumber, you go and do this and totally redeem yourself.
There it is.
He agrees with it.
Clean yourself up, Jay.
I always get you coming back, Jay. I always get you.
Is anyone opposed to Necco wafers in F tier? Speak up, or we're just going to throw it in there.
I will put them in C because I have fond memories. That's That's like my mom's favorite candy for some reason. I don't know why. Like, we'd always go to CVS and we're like, "Oh, we're going to CVS. I'm getting tampons." And then she's like, "Go get some Neccos." I'm like, "Oh,
wait."
You're
so
spoiling me.
when you're going to CVS to get yourself tampons, your mom says, "Throw in some Neccos."
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
And tampons.
That checks out.
Obviously.
I feel like Necco wafers can only be your favorite candy if you lived through the Great Depression. Like then you're allowed to have Necco wafers as your favorite candy, but otherwise, like not allowed. J-Wall, what candy do you want to talk about next? We're back to you.
Loose caramel.
We're gonna do one more round through, and then we'll call it. So 5 more candies on the list.
Pressure.
I hope you don't take
Don't
mine.
screw it up. Don't screw it up, J-Wall.
I'm just gonna go with Laffy Taffies.
I really want to bring up.
Laffy Taffies are an S tier for me.
The song or the candy?
Even more than just any Laffy Taffies, banana Laffy Taffies.
They are the best. They are the best. I completely agree.
Why did you say that when I was drinking? I just blew up.
Down. Give me banana Laffy Taffies and Tootsie Rolls, and I'm happy.
That's
Who are
disgusting. Do you like
What is
wrap
Utah
the
doing
Tootsie
to you?
Rolls in banana Laffy Taffy?
No, he's not a complete maniac, right?
Yeah. Guys, how dare you?
That's like the most psychotic thing in a blanket I've ever heard of.
Oh, yes.
We've got Laffy Taffy S tier from J-Wall. Josh, where are you putting Laffy Taffy?
It's like C.
Says I'm living through the Great Depression right now. Laffy Taffy C for Josh. JL, where are you putting Laffy Taffy?
I mean, it feels wrong to put it in C because I would take it over all the Kit Kat and Tootsie Roll, but it belongs nowhere near Airheads. It is a way shittier version of Airheads. So I can't do that. It's C.
That sucks when the tier locks you in, right? And like one got higher
your guys'
than you thought it
shitty
should, and you're like, well, I can't.
If that were the case with Tootsie Rolls, everything would be an F.
Yeah.
You're right. Tim, where are you putting Laffy Taffy?
Banana alone drops it down to F.
Banana alone drops it to F. If you take bananas out of it, Tim, where is it?
F.
D and a half.
So we've got an S, 2 C's, an F, and Laffy Taffy is one of those candies. Every time I go to eat it, I think I'm gonna like it, and then after like half of one of those tiny little things, I'm like, I'm done. Like I don't even need the rest of this. It's not Necco wafer bad, but I'm gonna put it in D. So that comes out to a perfect C is what that comes out to.
That's
exactly.
I feel like everyone has a friend. Everyone has a friend who's obsessed with saltwater taffy.
I do like saltwater taffy more.
There he is. There's the one.
I'm not obsessed.
We found him,
but I do like.
They always self-identify.
I like it. I'll get a box of that stuff.
Jay said, "JL, I'm going to hold you down in Canton and force feed you Kit Kats until you love them." Yeah, that's how that works.
As he covered in his own angry poop.
He's angry shitting on your chest while shoving Kit Kats down your throat.
So
check it out on our live stream coming to you August 14th. Not on Twitch, just
not
on
illegal
YouTube.
In Ohio, I think.
Okay. Who's picking candy now? Josh, I think you're picking candy, right?
Yeah. So there's 3 that are really standing out to me right now. It's M&M's, Twizzlers, and Hershey's bar, believe it or not. I'm gonna go with the M&M's, and I'm gonna put them in S tier.
M&M's in S tier from Josh.
You can't tell. I like little tiny pieces of chocolate that you can just like go at. You know what I'm saying?
Go ahead.
JL, where are you putting M&M's? We've got one S tier. What do you think?
I mean, they're good if you're like stranded at someone's house and like you don't have any snacks.
Oh, God,
they don't have any good snacks.
On.
Then I would eat M&M's.
They're
but
tasty.
I'm never spending any of my hard-earned money on M&M's. And if I am,
I have spent too much.
It's probably not the regular one. So I'm going C.
C. So we've got an S and a C. Timothy, where are you putting M&M's?
If we were talking mini M&Ms,
God, you stole my talking point.
I could entertain A, but yeah, M&Ms are C. Oh. Crunchy M&Ms are B, but I'll say C for these regular classics.
Mini M&Ms are S plus. Mini M&Ms, the ratio of chocolate to candy is like, you can chug them like a drink.
A whole thing, just
the whole thing is candy. What do you
mean?
They're
old in that tube,
you know exactly what I mean. Do I need to ask you not to be a jackass again?
No.
The candy shell.
I've never once thought of M&Ms like, oh, I love the shell. It's not like an Oreo where I'm like, I love the cookie part. They're all one thing in my mind.
Guys. Does Reese's Pieces have chocolate in it?
I don't know. I don't know what those are. Those are.
I know the answer.
That's not candy.
It doesn't have chocolate. It does not have chocolate.
It's candy.
The outer
and
shell
peanut
is not
butter.
chocolate.
I'm so confused why you brought that up.
Mini M&Ms would be S plus, but regular M&Ms are A. They're good, but they're not mini. Mini M&Ms drag them down a tier because they're so great. J-Wall, where are you putting M&Ms? We've got an S, an A, and 2 C's. You said B?
B, yeah.
Cool.
I like them. But, I'll eat them if they're there. I don't.
That puts it at
B.
That puts it at 2.8, which is
disagreed on something.
No, I agree with Scott on this one. The peanut ones are better than regular.
I disagree.
I like peanut actually. I like peanut M&Ms. They're
sometimes I'll eat all of it around the peanut and just throw the peanuts away.
Ew.
Jason, let's hear the story from Simon's childhood about mini M&Ms. There is none. They're just delicious.
Any Halloween.
Any Halloween.
Anthony said, Josh, this is a PG rated show.
I know.
You see this? Scott said tiny candies make Josh feel huge.
They do, and I really need that, because
Josh, like candies.
Yeah, I'm always, kind of compensating, you might say, and I like the little candies.
So tiny.
Woo. And
That was a good one.
Josh
Good
knows
one,
how many
Scott.
licks it takes to
I
get
did
the
not
middle
see
of a
that one.
Tootsie Pop.
I did that
was
once
really
and
good.
I got 255.
Okay, Tim has the answer. 255 licks at the center of a Tootsie Pop. John Luke, which candy are we talking about next?
Depends how good of a licker you are.
Venom would get to the center in like 3
Yeah,
licks.
I was thinking about bringing that up. I want to bring up peppermint patties, but I feel like it's just going to make me mad because I feel like you guys have such
follow
bad taste.
your heart.
I'm going Twizzlers.
Yes.
That was your answer to not wanting to make us mad?
Yes.
All right, go ahead.
Yes.
Crazy.
Yes.
Twizzlers they should be, this is just the regular ones, right? This is not like variants. It's A tier then.
Oh, God.
A tier for Twizzlers. Tim, where are you going with Twizzlers?
I can count on one hand how many times less than one hand how many times I've bought Twizzlers because it's 0 times because they're not good. I'll put them in D.
You can count to 0 on your hand. Did it?
He doesn't absolutely hate them though. He put them in D.
The last time I enjoyed a Twizzler was when I was in diapers. I haven't enjoyed a Twizzler since.
Your parents
then.
gave you Twizzlers in diapers?
My dad has a story. We were over at a
Not baby
friend's
food.
house. I was like 1.5,
There it
2.
is.
They gave me a Twizzler and they had dogs, and I was literally like licking it and then just dragging it around their house, and it was like covered in dog hair and dirt and disgustingness. And they would try to take it away from me, but I would start like scream crying. So my dad
'Cause it's
said,
so
"Fuck
good."
it, eat that Twizzler." But they're
More
disgusting,
diapers
even
than
without. Not 7,
So
4.5. I was a late bloomer.
Is that?
I was a late bloomer. It was 4.5 when I was still in diapers. I will give you that. That is
You got
later
it,
than
though.
it should have been. But I
nailed the
nailed it
potty
at
training.
4.5. I only shit my pants a couple times a year now.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
really,
That's
we've
what I'm
gotten
saying.
way out of it.
If you average it out, yeah.
Twizzlers F.
Can I re-vote and put them in F as well?
Yeah,
No.
sure. We got 1 S and 2 Fs. J-Wall, where are you putting Twizzlers?
No, I said A, bro.
Oh, sorry. I assumed you loved them. Just seems like a JL candy. 2.
There are no nerds.
We've got an A and 2 Fs. J-Wall, where are you putting Twizzlers?
I put a B, kind of with M&Ms. If they're around, I'll eat them for sure. They're really good, but I wouldn't like seek them out unless it's a movie.
A, B, double F. Josh, where are you putting them?
They're S for me. I'm going the highest on these babies.
Wow.
I love Twizzlers. They're so easy to eat.
Given this
That
list,
brings
I would probably put them in a B, but I had to counteract these other dummies.
Well, it ended up in
Those
C.
my
It ended up with a
favorite
3.6.
That's fine.
This is such
ended
a
up in
weird
C.
looking list.
It's not that.
Tim,
Does
Tim,
anybody
what
here like
candy do you
black
wanna-
licorice?
No,
my dad
no.
likes
Well,
my
it's
dad likes
okay,
salted black licorice.
but no.
That's disgusting.
And the
It's
pink
like
licorice,
that.
the pink Twizzlers, screw that. Ugh.
No, the ones that you pull off, I forget what
The
they're called.
cherry?
Yeah, the cherry
Yeah, the
ones. Those are
cherry.
dank.
No,
Those-
no.
They're dank.
Those
You get like 9 Twizzlers in one.
Yeah, but they're all cherry ass flavored.
Yeah, that's
so it
the
doesn't matter
problem.
if I have 9 of them.
Yeah, exactly. All right, let's go.
Rick Butt said, throw this list in the trash. Tim, what candy would you like to talk about next?
Let's go Jolly Ranchers and throw them up there in the S tier.
S tier for Tim from Jolly Ranchers. Have you guys ever read the Jolly Ranchers story on Reddit?
Is it from your childhood?
No.
He is the author, though.
I loved Jolly Ranchers. Then I read that. It's one of the most horrifying things you'll ever read in your entire life. It is not even appropriate enough for me to put.
Oh my god, I know exactly what you're talking about. And I didn't know it
Truly
until
vile,
this
right?
minute.
Like,
Yeah,
I
know
can't even
exactly.
say it out loud. It's disgusting.
Let's move on.
And that alone has
I
like
don't even
ruined
wanna-
Jolly Ranchers for me a bit. So I'm gonna knock them from an S to a C. That Jolly Ranchers are a C tier for
Thanks,
me.
Simon. I would have loved to go through life not ever thinking about that ever again.
Brad said, "Is this supposed to be the tiers of worst candies available?" Yep, nailed it. That's what it's called.
try.
J-Wall,
We
where are
try.
you putting Jolly Ranchers? We've got an S, a C, and
A D.
a D.
Yes, because we actually had some in our break room. Like they just put them out, and I literally looked at and I love candy. I looked at them and I was like, nah. I was just like,
that's the lowest you rank something, I think, right? Am I wrong?
I love that you talk out loud to the candy in the room. Nah. Not gonna eat you, buddy.
No. Jay says, I'm reading it now. No. Jay, I warned you. Fair warning. Like, I would not Google Jolly Rancher story Reddit.
Stop talking about it. I don't want my name attached to this.
Josh, where are you putting Jolly Rancher?
Jason, they're D. They're like D. They're like D for me.
You didn't read
I'm not
that
a big fan of them.
Okay. Another D. John Luke, where are you putting Jolly Ranchers?
They're a B.
B from
I take them over M&M's any day.
That comes out to a 3.6, which is C.
How many
Jolly
of ours
Ranchers
come out
end
to
up in C as well. I think everything in C except for Twizzlers came out to 3.6.
Wow.
I think Twizzlers came out to a perfect 4, if I remember correctly. And we are on, Jason, the Florida State story.
I don't remember.
I don't remember anything about Florida State, but it involved a relationship.
Stop. Time is up.
Okay, one more candy. That's all we got time for. And I am going to do my girlfriend's favorite candy, Jelly Belly jelly beans. And I'm going to put her favorite candy in the freaking F tier because jelly beans suck. Suck it, Leanne. Your favorite candy is ass. Jelly beans are F tier. J-Wall, where are you putting jelly beans?
Favorite candy is ass.
Oh, my God.
What's your favorite candy? Well, I prefer eating ass.
Jay's going home. He's done for the day.
There are like 3 good flavors out of like the 49 or however many. So like D, because there are at least some good ones. You just have to sort through them all.
Popcorn, that's your favorite?
Oh,
Booger. You like Booger.
We're not talking about Harry Potter ones, all right?
Oh my God.
You ever eat those? They're pretty interesting.
Yeah. I had a teacher in high school who had a bucket of them and would like hand them out, but he wouldn't tell you whether it was good or not.
Guess what, guys? This is an A tier candy for me. I love the variety, and I love just the variety. It's so much fun. It's a fun little candy.
Tiny candy makes Josh feel big.
It does. It does.
Candy, yeah.
And Anthony said, as a millennial, I only eat ass and avocados. That's it.
Ass toast and avocados.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So Josh, you put it in.
Out of it, A.
Yeah. You put it in A. So we've got an F, a D, and an A. John Luke, where are you putting Jelly Belly jelly beans?
Josh, you said variety, but I feel like the variety is like it's like Russian roulette of candy. Like 40% of the time, you're gonna get like the worst flavor, the worst taste in your mouth, and then like the best case scenario is you just get a good tasting candy. But like if you eat Skittles, 100% of the time you get a good tasting candy. It's like Russian roulette with no bullets.
I prepare myself. And it slows me down because if I don't have that, I'm going to just keep eating. And that's the problem. I'll eat a whole bag of them in 30 minutes,
You throw a little trap in there to stop yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, I respect that. It's let's see. Jelly beans, they're a D.
Another D. And Tim, you've got the last vote of the stream. Where are jelly beans going?
So much like Necco's, I'm not entirely convinced that a new bag of jelly beans has been made in the last 100 years. I'm convinced that
they made way too much at the beginning, and they're just reusing until the supply goes down.
There's no way. Nobody buys jelly beans, right? Like, is it just Easter?
I think it's Leanne only. Leanne and Josh are the only ones who buy jelly beans.
Leanne, let's talk about our love for jelly beans.
God. Like, I feel like I have to go back into same Necco's F. Get out of here,
Brad. You're fun, by the way, Brad. I want to know Scott's opinion on this. He said, "Is this serious?"
I don't know which way he's talking about. We've had an extremely polar opinion.
There are dozens of different types of beans now.
Maybe they made them in the 60s.
Everyone else puts them in D or lower.
Guys, Scott has announced it's officially bean season.
It's a bean season.
You heard it here first. It's bean season.
Beans, black beans,
jelly beans. Mix them all together. I like jelly beans in my tacos. Whenever I go to Moe's, I always ask for jelly beans instead. Jelly beans end up Where does that put us? Divided by 5, 4.8. It's a D tier. It is a D tier for jelly beans. We put at least
Okay. There's a caveat here. Scott Fish brought up a really good point. Is that there are other brands like Nerds jelly beans, Starburst jelly beans. Those are delicious.
Starburst jelly beans.
Well, we're talking Jelly Belly right
We're talking regular.
We're talking Jelly Belly.
If it were those, then it would have been much higher vote for mine.
Yeah. What are Nerds jelly beans?
I don't know if I've ever had Starburst.
I don't think I have either.
Yeah,
there's ones.
Cool. Those are my favorite.
They make big chewy Nerds. I don't know if that's what he's talking about. They're like jelly bean shaped. They've got like Nerd crunchiness on the outside, then like the jelly bean texture on the inside, and they are delicious. I actually have some at my house right now of the big chewy Nerds.
Now.
I bought them at the gas station like 2 days ago and haven't
Not after I get there.
Rick said, "I'm harsh in the chat, but I know. But no, I still love you.
I know I still love you,
Rick. I love you too, Rick.
Convincing himself. I know I still love them."
And Scott said, "Well, it isn't right now. Oh, take it back. False alarm. It is not bean season. It is not bean season yet. But we are
premature bean season. We're sorry. How did we not talk about Starburst?
And Brad said he'd rather have the avocado ass toast we were all talking about. Yeah, we did. Guys, we're running a long time. We already went 19 minutes over. But do you want to address Starburst real quick before we jump off? Everyone, just real quick, give where they would put
agree
Starburst.
It's S tier.
It's got to be
J-Wall. B from J-Wall. Josh.
Yeah, it's like a B for me too.
B from Josh. Tim. Oh, I skipped
I'm
JL.
giving him S.
Yeah, thanks.
Oh.
S from Tim. JL.
S. Get a pink and a yellow. You smush them together.
It's also S for me. Just get those red ones out of my face. But
I'll
that
eat
puts it
all of them, even orange.
at 1.8. Orange is the best one.
That's
pink,
a
red,
dumb opinion.
orange, yellow for me.
It's pink and yellow, guys. It's not a debate.
Orange, yellow, pink, red.
It's pink and red. Oh my god, this is
pink
crazy.
and red are the two best ones for sure.
Red's disgusting.
Yes.
Pink,
yes.
Yellow, orange, red.
Oh my god.
What is going on?
Yeah, red is last.
Where's pink? You didn't even mention pink.
All right, this is our longest show ever. It's 4:20.
Yeah,
you know?
we got to go. Okay, guys, that's it for us today. This was our candy tier. J-Wall, thank you so much for coming on and helping us out with this tier list. We really appreciate it, man.
No, thank you.
Guys, and if you do not follow J-Wall on Twitter, go follow me. He's at JWall_FF. Follow him. And if you're not subscribed to our YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button right now. It means a ton to us. And you can go back and look at if you liked our horrible candy takes, you can go watch our horrible fruit takes, our horrible cartoon takes. It's movie all takes on there. And our fantastic
horrible takes.
Fantastic fantasy football takes. Where we have horrible takes on everything else, but we kill it with fantasy football. Yes. Josh, anything else you want to say before we jump?
Yeah, trading. It makes fantasy fun. Let's go, boys.
I didn't do it this time.
Yeah, you didn't ruin it for me. Yeah, you just steal my thunder.
Okay, guys, we're out of here. Adios, everyone. We'll see you on Monday.
Bye-bye.
Bye.